A BetterHelp ad. Therapy isn't just for times of major challenge. It's a valuable tool for anyone wanting to improve their well-being. It can help you develop healthy coping skills, set boundaries, and support personal growth. BetterHelp makes it easy to get matched online with a fully licensed therapist right from your phone. No commuting, no waiting rooms. And you can switch therapists at any time. Sign up at BetterHelp.com and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com.
Being outside is good for us. It's that simple. And trails make it easy for us to walk, bike, and be active outside in our own backyards. On the trail, we see people moving, connecting with their communities, making the places where they live great. For 40 years, Rails to Trails Conservancy has led the way, creating trails across the country, making it safer and easier for everyone to get outside. They want you to get involved. Find your trail and start your journey today at railstotrails.org/iHeart and follow at Rails to Trails on social.
WTL. It's time! WTL.
I think we got a show. Oh, yeah, we got a show.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
the J.O.
The J.O. And let's just start with it. Your channel is exploding, not just on, iHeart and your typical podcast platforms. You got something cooking on YouTube now, too.
Yeah, we're putting out the whole back catalog so that you can revisit the world of Laugh with me.
That's when you know you've made it. I don't want to put you up too high here, but when the demand is, hey, we need that back catalog. We just found this guy. We need to hear more. We need to hear from year one, year two. So congratulations on your recent success, not only on iHeart.
People are saying that I'm like the Mr. Beast of podcasting. Is that true?
I like that. I like that. I don't know. People are saying.
People are saying.
That's awesome. I've never been compared to Mr. Beast or as anything that I've ever done. But so that's some high accolades there.
Hey, you too can be Mr. Beast.
You too. All you got to do is launch a comedy podcast show and have it sprout in different areas, and you could be compared to Mr.
There you go. The roadmap's there.
It's there. Well, a roadmap that we want to get off of is the current Husker baseball lack of success. Is stinker the right word? That road trip to Ohio State?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to say that the moment didn't become too bright, right?
Yeah.
It's just a bump in the road?
I think there's a lot of, fingers to be pointed and, a lot of people that we can point to. But what about the local media and starting to tizzy over the ticket sales? Did you see that?
Yes.
I mean, was that a curse right from the get-go? Like, we can't fight about regional ticket sales when we're pretty gosh darn far away from hosting a regional.
Yeah, let's wait till we get that announced and it's an actual thing.
Yeah.
That started the weekend off pretty negatively. Mm-hmm. And that certainly fed into the play on the field, which is too bad. I mean, why can't we just get excited about the team may just host one, let alone ticket prices?
And I get it. The university wants to get out in front of it, and they want to say, hey, the high donors on football, they're going to get preference over the season ticket holders in baseball. But you're just making a riff. And it was all for naught anyway. So the Huskers got swept by Ohio State. Outscored 19-5 over the weekend. 19-5. Just, you can point to pitching, this and that, and, the coaches, did they have the right guy in there? Did they not pull the guy? There's a lack of offense. Yeah. You can't get outscored 19-5 and expect to win.
Well, this is a team that does give up runs. I mean, this is a team that does give up runs. Yeah. They just generally have some more timely hitting. Yeah. And, there was a complete drought in Ohio.
Even with that, the Huskers are still sitting at 17-7 in the Big Ten, 34-14 overall with a pretty good ranking RPI. There's also still ranked 24th or 25th, depending on which poll you're looking at, D1 or the Coaches Poll. So there's still a lot of really good things here for the Huskers. And I got 3 wagers coming into this weekend that I think we need to talk about.
What do you make of still being ranked after getting swept by Ohio State? You think that the voters are looking at it kind of with with patience
Yeah.
that this team's just had a bad weekend?
I think so. And,
Okay.
and it's baseball, and, it gets to be a long season, gets to be a grind. And Ohio State's, they're talented.
Yeah.
And they just caught Nebraska, where Nebraska's worried about regional tickets or whatever. They're also, they really climbed the rankings there a week ago. Maybe they're feeling a little too good about themselves. I'm kind of hearing it.
I could see that.
So
Let's make some money.
yeah, let's make some money right here, right now. And this is for us and the Huskers. This is called the Get Right.
Okay.
The Get Right wager, the Get Right weekend at Hawks Field. After being outscored 19-5 by Ohio State, the Huskers return home to face Iowa May 8th through the 10th. Nebraska has been dominant at Haymarket Park this season. Do you know what their home record is?
At Haymarket, probably
20-1.
I was going to say maybe 2 losses.
20-1 at home, and this is Iowa coming off an embarrassing sweep to Ohio State. I'm saying series sweep. Plus 250. Take the Huskers to sweep the 3-game set. And all I'm doing is just banking off what I've seen historically this season, winning 95% of their games at home.
Wow.
And to get out of that slump.
So you're telling me right now that Nebraska, coming off of getting swept, is going to take care of the Hawkeyes? And the Hawkeyes have had our number in every sport.
That's right.
But
it's got that
ends today. That ends now.
Exactly. I feel like that's almost more than even a quarter bet. We're like, 50% of the time it's going to be heads, and it ends up being close to like 60. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
But at some point in time, the Huskers do have to beat the Hawkeyes.
Okay.
Why not here? Why not now?
I'm feeling it.
Iowa's kind of like Ohio State here. 12-12 in Big Ten play, so they're just a 500 team. They are boasting a decent enough overall record at 28-18, and they have some bats. As a team, they're still batting over 300. As in late April, still had a team batting average over 300. But I don't care. I think the Huskers are just going to – the motivation is there, being embarrassed at Ohio State. You also have Iowa, right?
Yep.
Right? A little juice added there. And you also have just the dominance at home at Hawks Field. Even when their backs are against the wall and it looks like, oh, man, they're going to drop one here. Late inning heroics, extra inning heroics, it doesn't matter. The Huskers get it done at Hawks.
Add in that it's going to be a packed house.
Yes. Oh, my gosh.
There's already a buzz about this weekend about going and supporting the Huskers. So this is they're going to have the excitement to their backs there and and take care of business.
Hey, and this is a plus 250 bet. Depending where you go, this is a plus 250 bet. So I like that as well.
Anytime you can get plus money, I'll take it.
All right. We're okay. And how do we get there? Here's a big reason. Carson Jasa's dominance on the mound. He's expected the Saturday starter. He has been, as of recently, he's been a strikeout machine, recording over 55 strikeouts. Wow. Earlier this season. Recently delivered a complete game. Remember that against USC?
Yep.
And he's the primary weapon. Now he is the ace for Will Bolt's rotation. He's going to come out with his hair on fire as well. He is going over 7.5 strikeouts. That's a minus 115 bet. That's also a career high.
Okay.
So
you're banking on the Huskers coming out fired up.
Yes.
Yes, I love that.
And
energy.
also, he's just building on the season that he's on that
trajectory.
Yep, he's been ascending for quite some time here. Just look what the odds makers have this set at, minus 115. So this isn't a far out there type of a bet, recording over 7.5 strikeouts.
Well, and you said that the Hawkeyes, they're batting, over 300? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a team that swings the bat.
Yep.
So now we get our ace coming in and takes advantage of that. I mean, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's on that trajectory.
Yeah, but you have a couple things working for you here. First off, he is a strikeout guy, over 55 Ks on the season. You also have his endurance on the mound. That full game a couple weeks ago against USC, that's my main case in point, where he's going to get a lot of opportunities, a lot of innings pitched here to get that 7.5.
Okay.
So, if he just goes another full game against the Hawkeyes, that's less than a strikeout an inning. Come on.
Which, honestly, we're looking to build up the best arms that's on the roster at this point in the season.
Yes.
I mean, that's what you're trying to do. So that makes a lot of sense, honestly. I like your play.
Okay. So, the offense. I mean, that's the elephant in the room here, right?
Yeah, that's the bugaboo.
They got a rebound. And I'm banking on, obviously, an offensive rebound. Shortstop Dylan Carey, who leads the Big Ten in hits, is expected to lead the offensive charge. I mean, he always is. He exploded for 36 runs in a series earlier this spring providing their career high as far as their ceiling potential goes. I'm going to go with an over total here.
Well,
over 20.5 runs this series.
Let's go. So
Ohio, they were outscored 19-5.
Yeah, I was about to say 19-5 last weekend.
They're going to go over 20.5. This is a minus 110 bet.
Oh.
Okay, so on your books, you look this one up. You're looking futures. You're looking overs. This is a minus 110 bet. So this isn't by the odds maker's own definition. This one isn't out there.
No, this one is likely to happen. I mean, this is a go. Yeah, but that would be a standard weekend. Essentially for the Huskers to do over 20.5, right?
You're also taking advantage of, I mean, we're talking about our demons, and what the Huskers have had to deal with. Meanwhile, still ranked in the top 25 in the nation. Okay, let's put it in perspective here. Iowa's had their struggles pitching-wise. We're talking about our struggles. We have a clear ace. I'm betting an over on 7.5 strikeouts. That's a couple pedestals above where Iowa's at right now, if we're just being honest. So I think this is very doable, and I love seeing that it's a minus 110. I mean, I wish it was a plus money bet. I love the plus money bets, but it also makes me feel a little bit better as a fan that it's at that minus 110.
Well, it makes you feel good about last weekend, and that it is what it is.
Yep.
And moving forward.
Put it on the shelf. Put it on the shelf.
Because basically all three bets you just laid out is like last week didn't happen. It's not the norm. It's not even the median. It's just this weekend we'll get back to right and go from there. I mean, to your point, still ranked.
Yes.
Looking at a book here just this morning, the Huskers are like 19th favorite to win the College World Series. So they're still in that mix.
Yes.
It is not over. It's not dark days.
And this is just taking care of an average team, a 500 team in Big Ten play in the Hawkeyes. We talked about how it's going to be a sellout each and every game at Haymarket. The juice is added that it's the rival. We're due. We're due to beat Iowa.
We're
due. And I'm also, and this is probably the where I put the most stock in what I'm not only putting my money on, but my overall point here. The Huskers have won 95% of their games at home. They're 20-1 at home. And they got some motivation as far as being embarrassed out in Columbus, Ohio. So I just think the stars are aligning here for a big weekend, a big wrap-up to the regular season here for the Big Red.
I mean, you can't argue with 20-1. I mean, it is that record speaks for itself. So, yeah, you can't say, well, last weekend, no, at home. I mean, it's a different story.
All right, so let's go over those bets one more time. You heard the horn. That means we're up against it, but I'm going over 20.5 runs on the series. I'm also thinking Carson's going to have over 7.5 strikeouts. That's a minus 115 bet. And we're also going for the main future here, Nebraska series sweep at a plus 250.
Let's go Big Red.
Go Big Red. Take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is NordVPN. Browse, work, and play online with confidence thanks to the world-class cybersecurity. Shield your online activities, hide your virtual location, and block everyday internet threats with NordVPN. Receive up to 77% off when using our WTL link, which is WTL down in the description below. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.
All he does is work out and hit runners. 10 and 2, 85% weekend. You're a mutant.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
the J.O.
The J-O-N-D-J. Jeremy Odom. And what are those handles again? Because I always get those. Well, yeah, you have a few.
We do have a few going on. So on X, obviously, at J.O. from Nebraska. And then basically anywhere else, it's Laugh With Me podcast.
Laugh with me.
Look up Laugh With Me pod, and you can find me.
You're wearing some Laugh With Me merch.
I am. Check out this hat.
Yeah, for the folks over on the YouTubes, you got that merch on there. Oh, we should try and work out some type of an apparel deal with the Laugh With Me, brand and apparel.
Yeah.
We can do that.
I think we can straighten.
Can we set that up?
Yeah, I think that'd be possible.
Well, we got a pretty fun guest here, a guy we've had on before. You want to talk about someone that's prominent on X. That's Jared Smith. sports betting analyst. He's known for all of his work that he's done with Fox Sports Radio. He's also a BetMGM contributor based out of Las Vegas. He's the co-host of Countdown to Kickoff. That's a national show on Fox Sports Radio. He's also launched his own YouTube channel, The Morning After, where it's just him really talking to you kind of like one-on-one. It's kind of it's a daily thing for me. I always check it out. I'm a big fan of Jared and was thrilled that we were able to get him on the show. Talking some Husker baseball there a moment ago. Let's talk some Major League Baseball and the NRFI. Now, do you know what a NRFI is?
No, I'm not familiar with the NRFI.
It's not a neon foam ball or anything to do with the Nerf football or anything like that. It's no runs first inning.
Oh,
this is a wildly popular bet. It's been growing for the last couple of years. And on the surface, it looks like a pretty good bet, right? You have a couple aces matching up. You're thinking, well, yeah, it's probably going to be a 1-0 type of a game.
Easy money.
Yeah, maybe one run in the fifth inning, something like that. Someone will be able to manufacture a run. It goes a lot deeper.
Okay.
And Jared Smith actually puts out, he gets deep into it. He said he's been betting these since like 2019 and really, he can't just bet things. He's got to like dive into the analytics. He's got to put a spreadsheet together, and you have access to these spreadsheets. I'm on his mail list. So
Jared, he shares.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Check out his Patreon and all that other stuff, right? And he'll discuss that. But I really wanted him to break down the NRFI and the YRFI runs in the first inning and what to look for and just, how to do it the right way. But it's such a popular bet within Major League Baseball. I want to share it with our audience, and it's kind of a fun bet too.
Yeah, I love the name alone. Give me some more NRFI.
Give me that NRFI. Yeah. All right, so let's head on over and hear from Jared Smith right now.
We are joined once again by Jared Smith. And Jared, I want to get right into it because this is one of the most popular bets, or it's becoming one of the most popular bets in Major League Baseball. And we're not talking about foam neon-colored footballs. We're talking NRFIs, no run first inning. Kind of dive into that and explain that for us.
Well, I think, first of all, it's great to be back. I appreciate it. Secondly, I'm at that point now in my baseball gambling life where, so baseball was the first sport that I bet on. In fact, I've actually been betting on NRFIs for quite some time, since like college.
Oh.
So for me, that's like 20 years. But baseball was the first sport that I bet on. It's kind of like the first love that I had growing up. Now I would say it's football, but growing up, I would say I was a little bit more balanced. I love baseball a lot. So baseball has always been a sport that I've watched very closely. And it's always been a sport that I've bet on a lot. But in the last, I would say, like, decade, since gambling has really become legalized and a little bit more mainstream in this country, there's a little bit more variety with what you can bet on. And so there's all these different prop markets. There's all these different ways you can bet on baseball. But we live in a culture that is very instant gratification. And the first inning bets became very popular around 2020, right? Really when baseball was coming back after COVID and, gambling again was really starting to take its mainstream hold. And all of a sudden, people just wanted to get paid quickly. They didn't want to watch a 3.5-hour baseball game. This was before the rules changes. And the first inning bets became really popular. And it was around that time that I was, starting my gambling content media career. I was transitioning. And I saw an opportunity in the information side of this market because I saw all these people were tweeting about it, like places like Bleacher Report and viral, social media platforms were very much engaged in the NRFI. And I was like, wait a minute, I've been betting this for years. Does anyone really know what the hell they're betting on? Or are people just like, oh, the first inning sounds like it's an easy, 6 outs is all we need, right?
Right.
So I started to do a lot of research behind it. And then I started to learn that it's actually the highest scoring inning of all the 9 innings, if you go back historically. So there's a lot of misconceptions about what's the right side of it, if you really should be on the YRFI side or the NRFI side, but also just the information behind it, like the pitchers, their first inning numbers and the hitters and the offenses. So I saw an opportunity where there wasn't a lot of people talking about it, data, analysis for it. And then I started to get engaged with it right around 2022. is when I really started to track it. And now there's a few other sites that help me out. They put out data, and I download that data, and I send it out to my people. It's really useful. It's a fun bet, honestly. I mean, baseball is a tough sport to bet on every day, but I think the NRFI is definitely something that a lot of people can enjoy, just because it's right from the jump, first pitch, you've got action.
Well, and from what I've seen is your odds are basically sitting around 49 to 52, 53% chance of it happening or not happening, so a 50-50. However, the pushback is a lot of the odds makers, the books, the apps out there, they're giving you a minus 200, so like a 64% chance, so it doesn't quite add up. Are you seeing that starting to kind of shift back towards the sports bettors, or are the books kind of taking advantage of the bettors on these fun platforms, these new apps?
Yeah, so the NRFI is the more popular side, because the psychological approach is it's only one inning.
Yeah.
And especially when you're betting on, like, for example, we're recording this on a Friday, and we have Zach Wheeler pitching today, and Shane McClanahan and Robbie Ray and all these great pitchers that are pitching today. And the misconception at times can be, oh, these guys are so good, they're going to go through the first inning without giving up a run. But again, in reality, the first inning on average is when the most runs are scored in Major League Baseball. And there's a few reasons for that. First of all, you're always getting the top of the order. You're always getting the 3 or likely 4 best hitters in that order. And it's just on average, it just, if you go back historically, that is the high scoring inning. So I think, there is a bit of a risk reward to it. And I think the sports books know that the public likes to bet the NRFI.
Right.
So they will not always give you a fair price on that side of the market. I think most days, if you actually consider, when I went back and tracked this, granted, I only tracked it for like 2 years, but both sides typically, if you just bet everyone blindly, would be in the red, negative, just because, the juice eventually adds up over time.
Right.
And baseball has such a large sample, and that's where the sports books really win over time, is the VIG always catches you. The juice always catches you. But I think in certain situations, there's value on one side. Like in the playoffs, I would go on the NRFI side. That's been the value, because they really jack up the NRFI prices in the postseason.
Yeah.
Because the totals are a lot smaller, and the NRFI is just a derivative of the first 5 total. So if the first 5 total is super low because it's aces on the mound in the playoff game, then the NRFI is going to be absurdly high, like minus 200.
Yeah.
So in the playoffs, the NRFI tends to be the better side. In the regular season, it really depends. There's so many games. It really depends on what the total is, and then what the first 5 total off of that, and how they're kind of deriving that number.
And I totally understand, and of course all of our listeners do. Every game is different and has different players. It has different dynamics. Is it going to be rainy or windy, right? Those all factor into it. But just on a surface level, what do you tend to look at first? Is it that starting pitcher, or is it that top 3, the top 4 lineup? Because there is that give-take. Yes, you're going to have an ace on the mound, but that ace is going to be facing the 3 or 4 best batters of a lineup.
Well, what's the age-old adage, right? Good pitching always beats good hitting.
Yeah, defense.
So that's your answer. It's always the pitchers. That's why when I send out a daily chart, it's always who's pitching and what their records are. And that's always the most important thing, because even the best Hall of Fame hitters of all time fail 7 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
And if you're facing the elite pitcher that day who's got his best stuff, you're probably going to fail more like 9 out of 10 or probably 10 out of 10 times. So it just, it's always the pitching. Yeah. And then it's pitching first, then lineups, then situational, right? Weather, day game after night game. Like those are other things that I'll take into account. But pitchers, I would say, is 90%, 75, 80% of the handicap.
Yeah. Start with the obvious and fail 9 out of 10 times. Are you talking about my short playing career there? Is that where you were going, or is top of mine?
Or mine in high school when they threw me curveballs.
So we're gonna start with the pitcher. We're gonna go with that's gonna be your most important by a wide margin. You alluded to it a little bit there. what do you have going on as far as sharing data with others? Where can people go to find that?
Yeah, so I have a Patreon that I would say is my hub right now for all of my gambling posts. And if you just search, if you just go to my X account, Jared Smith Bets, or if you just, Google search Jared Smith Patreon or Jared Smith Bets Patreon, it'll show up. And that's where I send out all my information daily. I send out a chart for free every morning with every starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. It's actually a screenshot of a website where I get a lot of really good data from. And then I will also occasionally post my own data, my own picks as well on that Patreon. So it's a fantastic resource. I like to consider it like the consciousness of my gambling brain, the gambling part of my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, on average 2 or 3 posts a day with either picks or analysis or information or write-ups or something. So that would be the best place to find me right now, especially if you're interested in this kind of information.
Well, it really is a fun bet. You can see why it's so enticing for just even your, not everyday sports fans or everyday bettors, but you're thinking, okay, 6 outs, that's all I need to get to. And it's Zach Wheeler, man. He's gonna cut him down early. What's the pushback there on your side? Like you see everything you like, but you still won't take that bet. When does it kind of add up and you look at the numbers and you say, yeah, but no, I'm going to sidestep it?
Well, there's only one thing in a NRFI bet that you cannot come back from, and that's the home run. So I am always looking for, especially leadoff hitters. I've won and lost bets first pitch of the game. Leadoff home run.
That's the NRFI.
That's it. It's over. It's done. Just wrap your mind around that type of volatility, where you might spend an hour researching a pitcher and his first inning data and the lineup and the weather and what the guy had for dinner last night and what he's doing for breakfast this morning. And then you get down, you sit on your couch, you turn the TV on, and the first pitch of the game, your bet either wins or loses. That's happened to me multiple times. You just have to accept that when you are betting on 1/9 of a baseball game, there's what's that, 11%, 12% of a baseball game.
Right.
There's going to be the inverse amount of volatility associated with that bet. So it's a significant amount of volatility, and you just have to accept that. It will put you on a psychological tilt, and that's the difficult and also the enticing part of this wager. Is you could lose your money that quickly, but you could win it that quickly as well. And I think that, to me, is why this bet is a microcosm of what gambling is in America, and is very very addictive, but also fun in moderation.
Right.
I mean, I think its purest form of gambling is that quick, instant dopamine hit. And that's why this bet has become so popular. And it's fun. I would never risk significant amounts of money on this wager. I don't care how good you think your perceived edge is. This pitcher against this, it doesn't matter. There's so much volatility involved with it. These are wagers where you should never risk more than 1%, 2% of your bankroll on these types of wagers every day. And I typically only bet on 1 or 2 per day, max. In the playoffs, I'll bet on a few more because there's fewer games. But in the regular season, I try to find my favorite one every day. And that's the only one that I bet on, because I think it's such a volatile bet. You'll go crazy, trying to handle the swings.
Hey, folks, great discussion going on here with Jared Smith with the Morning After Podcast. We're going to cut it off right here and get right back into the conversation after these messages.
WTL.
I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
WTL.
Jared, I really appreciate you hopping on board with us once again, walking us through the NRFI, the YRFI. Where can folks find you once again and all that excellent information? I've been looking into it. I think you do a fabulous job.
I appreciate it. At Jared Smith Bets on X. Again, that's where I post all my stuff, doing a promotion this month on my Patreon. Lots of promotions over the summer. Obviously, football is my main squeeze, but I enjoy baseball season as well. But as we get, closer to football season, you'll start to see a lot more football info on there. But right now, it's a lot of baseball.
You got to love the boys of summer, and you're out there in sunny Las Vegas. When are the Athletics going to make their way out there?
I think it's 2 years. I think it's 28. I forget. I might be off by a year. I'm excited. I mean, obviously we got a couple more years, couple more seasons to go, but they do a lot of promotions out here. They do a lot, like they'll come out and they'll play. There's a AAA ballpark actually about 2 miles away from my house here in Summerlin. And they play there a lot. They'll do some promotions out here. And the stadium's starting to come up. So you're starting to see some progress with the stadium construction site right on the strip. There's a ton of construction. If you come to Vegas, it's like the state flower of Nevada is basically a traffic cone. There's a ton of construction all over the strip. They're building the new Hard Rock Guitar Hotel right now, and they're doing a bunch of stuff. So, but it's an exciting time to be in Vegas. It really is. NBA's coming, should be in a couple years. MLS, I think, is also on its way. I just heard that reaction. That news came down this week. So Vegas. Good time to be out here in the desert.
Well, I think the Athletics want to get there as soon as possible because I think the AAA ball club is outselling the Athletics right now where they're playing in Sacramento or whatever. You see the Conseco jersey over my left shoulder here, so I'm a Conseco kid holdover, so I'm still pulling for the old Oakland Athletics, but they don't make it easy sometimes.
No. They're not. Well, actually, I mean, they got some really, honestly, I go through my hitting props, the batter props every day, and guys like Nick Kurtz tends to be on there a lot. I think I'm on Wilson today. Like I see, like they got some dudes who can rake on their team for sure.
They do, and they seem to be just a farming system for the rest of the league. There's a handful of teams that do that for the Yankees and Red Sox.
But they're good at identifying talent. They just don't keep them for very long.
Yeah, Padres are enjoying Miller and his closing walkout song and all that stuff, and it just you grind your teeth a little bit as an Athletics fan here and there, but I digress.
Baseball has a salary problem, cap and floor. But that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, it sure is, and maybe that's a little foreshadowing for next time we have you on there, Jared. Get a little deeper, but
the labor negotiations are happening right now. It's actually pretty scary time if you're a baseball fan.
Right. Well, it just feels like another type of a lockout or some type of situation like that has to happen. And I see you're so active on all your different handles, and you mentioned them a couple of times. But I really would like to get your thoughts on the Sornsby situation in college football, how that's impacting the NFL. Like there's so many things going on there, and you have a solid take, I would say, or you have some gumption behind your stance, and it seems like you're always defending the sports gambling world, and you're one of the few guys actually doing it. Meanwhile, everybody's betting, so it's like no one's standing up and saying anything on the right side of it. Everyone's just, throwing mud at it. So I do appreciate your takes. It's like a breath of fresh air, and you're saying what I feel a lot of people should be thinking.
Well, I think, first of all, I hope Brennan gets the help he needs.
Yeah.
Gambling is an addiction. There's no doubt about it. But everything in this society is designed to make you addicted. We live in an attention culture.
Right.
Where that is currency. How much time you spend on your phone looking at the apps. It is not just gambling apps.
Yeah.
Social media, Facebook, so everything. You are priced based off of how much attention you give these entities. Sugar is addictive. Alcohol, tobacco, like everything is addictive. Opioids. I mean, that is a terrible thing happening. Everything is addictive.
Custom Nike shoes.
It doesn't matter what the vice is.
Right.
The vice is not the issue. It's never the vice. It's rarely the vice. It's two things. It's how the vice is framed to the public and advertised to the public, that middleman, that middle ground, and also the human and the discipline and their accountability. I can't speak for his discipline and accountability. Obviously, again, I hope he seeks the help he needs, and he should be accountable for whatever, transgressions he's had. But the way that it's framed to the public is the one thing that I feel like I can have an influence on, because it's kind of what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just need to do a better job with how gambling is advertised and how it's framed. I think we need to make it look less exciting and less fun and more realistic.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that's the key. And I know that sex sells, and it's not going to get a lot of clicks.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I have seen some ads recently that are a little bit more tempered in their expectations. And they're not just shoving parlays down your throat because that's the sportsbook's most profitable product. I think we just need to have more credible voices in prominent positions on networks talking about this, and not Blake Griffin giving us the home run parlay. It just, I just think that's why there's a lot of Brendan Sorsbys out there.
Yeah.
Because they make it look really cool and fun. And it's not. It's real. It's hard. It's a grind. I think we need to show more sides of that. So that's my take. And that's not specific to Sorsby. That's wide ranging. Sorsby is just a result of this.
Yeah.
Like, he got hooked on it in his teens, probably, before he even made it to college. And then once he got $5 million from Texas Tech, well, then it got out of hand, obviously. So I think it makes it, and also once Indiana sued him and found out that he was doing this on the side, Indiana, he had some legal problems at Indiana after he bailed. There's just a lot of, oh, excuse me, not Indiana, Cincinnati. He was Indiana, and then he went to Cincinnati, and now he's Texas. There's just a lot of legal gray area with it. Yeah. And it's unfortunate that we're in that situation, but I think we need to advertise it and frame it better to the public.
Yeah. As far as the sports betting, sports gambling goes, the representation and the way it's packaged, like you're saying, that could use an overhaul for sure. So, Jared, thank you once again for joining us on WTL. And if we can get you on again to talk about any one of these subjects that we kind of touched on there, we'd love to have you back.
Yeah, anytime. You guys always support, and I appreciate it. And I'd be happy to hop on anytime. Good luck to everyone.
For sure. Thank you to Jared Smith. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is WTL.
WTL.
Capitalism is the only way, Leslie. It moves our country forward. It's what makes America great. And England okay and France terrible.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. You know what that stands for. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
the J.O.
The J.O. and Jeremy Odom. We're going to get right into it right here, right now. We're ahead of the curve when this started rolling out on Polymarket and a couple other apps. Prediction markets.
We're pretty much known for this at this point.
It's our thing. It's our bag. It's in our bag. It's our bag. So we're way out in front, and I feel like the majority of the time, we're not only telling people the correct wager to make.
Yes.
Like a lot of shows are kind of following the action. We're making the action.
Yeah. So
How many times do we just set the line?
More times than not, we are setting the line.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then so it gets put out there, and then it cashes, and you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome, world. We're just a couple of guys here.
You're welcome, Nebraska.
All right. So with that, we're going to get into prediction markets. I know you got a hot one to start us off with.
Oh yeah. So I don't know if you saw this, but this past Monday was the Met Gala.
Oh yes. I saw some pictures, the red carpet pictures.
Red carpet, that's what it's all about. We never actually get to see or hear about what happens inside.
I have no idea what's going on other than it's just I don't know, they walk the red carpet and they take pictures.
It's about the red carpet. It's about walking up those stairs, and it's about the high fashion and the outfits. Boy, some of the outfits this Monday. Heidi Klum was a statue. I don't know if you saw that. She was full on from top down, looked like a statue. Like a concrete, like just
like a marble, like white marble or something?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Like a Michelangelo original.
Looked like one, yes.
Wow.
Katy Perry went as a robot, like an AI robot with 6 fingers and everything.
Yeah. I saw that, the Katy Perry, and she had like a metal steel
just the mask. So a mask you may have seen like Kanye wear maybe sometimes. Yeah. So the Met Gala, high fashion. What they're not taking advantage of is the opportunity for sponsorships.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So my prediction is that in 2027, so next year at the Met Gala, it's going to start to look a little more like
how the Supernovas, the volleyball team, have like brands on their jerseys,
Exactly.
like Body Armor hydration drinks or something,
or even like NASCAR drivers that've got the just ads all over their suits. I see this thing goes to the mainstream, and we start to see some advertising. I mean, these celebs got to make some money somehow.
Oh, I know. I feel so bad for these guys.
I do
right
too.
now.
And they're begging for work. They're out. They're trying to get a job here and there.
You're talking about Mr. Beast a couple segments ago, and you'd consider him a celebrity in modern day terms, the biggest YouTuber ever. I saw his views were down from 2 million a video to like 750,000 views per video. So
poor guy.
I mean, AdSense alone, he's only making like $200,000 on each video.
How's he survive?
I know that's tough. So
So I'm just looking out for these celebrities. I do think that next year they're going to start to take advantage of the opportunity with all the eyeballs.
Yeah.
Sell some sponsorships.
So how do you envision that though? So like, you're going to have like let's go with Heidi Klum. Is she going to have like a bra sponsorship, like appropriately put like over her chest or something?
You could. I'm thinking more like
more subtle.
No. It's going to go way more over the top. It's going to be more of the fashion sense. So as like I was saying, Heidi Klum was a statue. Maybe next year Heidi Klum shows up and she's an ice cream cone. She's dressed as the cone. That's her dress.
Okay, now we're talking. I'm on board with this.
And then she's legit ice cream, soft serve ice cream with her face popping out. And it's like a Dairy Queen ad or something.
A Dairy Queen ad. Or it could be like a Ben and Jerry's or something.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
This definitely seems like an event that Ben and Jerry's would want to be a part of. So I do think that there's opportunities to get creative.
Yeah.
And then also get your brand awareness out there.
Well, because there is kind of like this not a subculture, but everybody needs to know, what type of dress, what brand of dress, who's doing the jewelry. That's already kind of established. Yes. We're taking it a step further.
Oh, yeah, this is way further. Yeah, and at least they can make some money out of it. That's honestly what I'm most worried about.
Yeah, these poor celebrities nowadays. Everybody's down. Everybody's down a little bit here. So, yeah, I like that. And they're not above it.
They're certainly not above it. But now you, too, can make some money on this if you believe that in 2027 this is going down.
All right. Okay, that seems like another solid prediction. I got one that's a little further out there, but I'm going to take you down a path here.
Okay.
And it's going to make sense, and I think it's going to happen.
All right.
We've seen a lot of run lately, especially with Bob Lazar. You know who Bob Lazar is? S4. He's been on Joe Rogan a couple of times. He famously in the 80s, I believe it was, worked for the government out in Nevada in a mountain on a couple crashed UFOs.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, Bob Lazar.
Yep.
That guy.
Yep.
He just launched a new movie, and it's just tearing it up. Everybody's watching. Like I said, he's just on Joe Rogan. His initial Joe Rogan appearance is the most watched ever Joe Rogan episode ever on YouTube.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, and it's a guy talking about these crashed UFOs that he worked on for a couple of years for the U.S. government in total secrecy inside of a mountain. Just so total conspiracy theory, UFO fun on a whole nother level.
Aliens have never been hotter.
That's where I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I mean, now we have the Grays. They're like coming out and saying like, yeah, it was us. You're having generals testify in front of Congress. You have even spacecraft now with names like the Tic Tac, going in and out of the oceans. Lizard people from Antarctica, they're even getting a healthy amount of run. So they're stepping out from underneath that initial crust of ice and snow to get their kind of limelight, their time in the,
I've never heard of the lizard people.
Lizard people are big. They're coming. And shoot, we might see a debate between the alien Greys and the lizard people over who gets to rule us, because AI is coming and, they want to stay out in front of that.
You think that'll be televised?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And I think all the celebrities will probably be dressed up as ice cream cones trying to sell it.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
My main point here is aliens and UFOs, UPAs, or whatever are getting a lot of run right now.
Okay.
And that's leaving somebody in the dust. And I think he's feeling it. I think he's feeling it right now. And that is Bigfoot.
Oh, Bigfoot.
People are forgetting about Bigfoot. Now, I've done a healthy amount of research on this, and there are roughly between 100 to 200 credible Bigfoot sightings per year. Ever since the, what is this thing called? The BFRO, Bigfoot Field Research Organization, has been in existence. We're averaging about 150 sightings per year. I think Bigfoot is like just seeing all this run with the UFO stuff. He's going to make himself seen a little bit more. I think we're going to see a 50% spike within the next 365 days. Over the next year, we're going to see a 50% spike in Bigfoot sightings because, I mean, he needs some of these headlines back.
Yeah, Bigfoot's really taken a step back. They're not even making movies about Bigfoot anymore.
It's a forgotten thing.
Which is that's a sure sign right there that he's kind of a forgotten art.
Remember when everyone kind of got into AI and the Bigfoot walking down the trail? You know, that was a big thing for a while, and now it's just gone. It's not even around. Everyone's just talking UFOs and aliens.
You know, I've thought a lot too about why like the pictures of Bigfoot are always so like blurry. Mm-hmm. It's because when you see a Bigfoot, when you see one in person, do you think you're just calm and you're not shaking to take that photo? I mean, that's why they're always blurry, first of all. So don't say, oh, well, it's fake because of the. No, you'd be scared as well if you had a Bigfoot in front of your face.
No doubt. If you go to this Bigfoot research organization, they actually have sightings by state. And California, it looks like, is way out in front. No, excuse me, Washington. Pacific Northwest.
And that makes sense.
676 sightings compared to Nebraska with 15. Come on, Nebraska.
Yeah, we got to pick it up.
Something's out there.
Is this a government agency keeping track of this?
You know, it might be. Okay. I don't know. It's officially called Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. Okay. The BFRO. And F stands for field. Bigfoot is one word. Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. Only 22 sightings in Alaska.
Really?
Yeah, like, come on.
That's because of the lizard people.
Is that what's going on there?
That's got to be.
So, I mean, this is just paving the path, making my case for me that we have tremendous amount of opportunity here in Alaska to have a lot more sightings. California comes in second with 445.
So has the sightings in 2026, I mean, how are we? I mean, you said we're going to have a 50% increase. Are we looking good for that path, or when do they kind of give those results?
You know, I haven't seen that. Let's see here. I'm looking at macro numbers right now, and it looks like credible. I don't want to get into the weeds as far as was it a sighting, was it credible? Because we just want sightings.
We'll be here all day.
Yeah. So I'm looking for 300 sightings.
Okay.
From now, and I think we're not close. That's why I'm getting out in front of this. We're not close to those 300 sightings this year. But Bigfoot, he's feeling it. He's getting the cold shoulder, and he wants to be seen. It used to be, you know, Roswell and UFOs and Bigfoot were all kind of lumped together. UFOs are way out in front right
So now. It's not going to be a hot girl summer. It's going to be Bigfoot summer.
Yes.
And we're going to have a huge spike in sightings.
Big time.
Oh, boy. This is exciting.
Yeah.
For everybody going camping, I suppose.
Yep, and it's just a yes or no bet, you know. And it's going to be, are we going to see a 50% increase in sightings? Yes, we are.
They're back. Bigfoot's back.
Bigfoot is back, and he's back in a big way.
I love it.
You got one more?
I got one more
All
for
right.
you. This is very much in line with the trends of stuff we got coming up this year. FIFA World Cup is happening in North America this summer. Mm-hmm. And with that comes fashion. Well, I have fashion on the mind, man. I don't know.
You're a fashionable guy.
You think?
Yeah.
I appreciate that. When you think soccer or football, however you want to call it, do you think Adidas jumpsuits? Because I sure do.
Wow. Like the old time gangster look, you know?
Like Run DMC.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I believe that with the FIFA World Cup returning and in action this summer, we are going to see a spike in Adidas jumpsuits taking over the country. This is going to be something that you don't just see one or two or three people together walking in their jumpsuits, you know, at a mall.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start to see everybody wearing these jumpsuits.
Everybody. So it's gonna break through the ceiling where it's gonna hit mainstream. You're gonna have some soccer moms or those types try on an Adidas jumpsuit and be like, this is comfortable.
Yes.
Oh, I like this.
To the point that this holiday season in December, the Adidas jumpsuit is going to be in the top 5 most coveted gift items of the year.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's a heck of a jump.
That's big.
That's real big.
That's big.
But nothing's bigger than World Cup.
That's right.
So you got some fuel here to kind of build this fire up.
You got the world's most popular sport, and it's always the most popular during a World Cup year in the United States.
Yeah.
So this is the time to strike the iron while it's hot.
Yes.
And, the jumpsuits, baby, they look good.
Get out in front of it. And that's so on brand for Adidas. It's like every 3 or 4 years, boom, they just kill it. And a lot of times it's with that retro stuff. You're talking the Run DMC type look. I think the stars are aligning for you here.
Yeah. This is going to be big. Jump on it.
Jump. I thought you're going to go to Adidas. Talked about corn a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, how about do it for us this week, folks, at Where's the Line? Be sure to check us out over on YouTube and our Game Day YouTube Shorts to give you that latest edge possible. Also, follow us over on ESPN Tri-City Radio and their Facebook page, and we're over on X and all the podcast platforms available. Anywhere you get those fine podcasts, you will find WTL. For the J.O., I'm Andy Klassen. Thank you for listening. This has been WTL.
Brothers know how to fight. Call the bros after an accident. The insurance company wants to pay less. The Skinner brothers know how to fight. Call the bros, the Skinner bros. They know the tactics. They know how to build a strong claim. Bottom line is, the Skinner brothers know how to fight, and they'll fight for you. They handle all the calls, the paperwork, the negotiation, so you don't have to. 540-888-8888. 540-888-8888. Let the Skinner brothers fight for you.